What is going on, gaming nerds? Welcome back to Midnight Gaming with Mystic Nightmare. Thanks for coming to the channel and hanging out. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm having a pretty fantastic day. It is midnight. We are back on Subsistence, March 28th, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new update came out, and honestly, guys, this one kind of took me by surprise. I mean, seriously, he put armor in the game. I mean, how cool is that? My mind didn't even go in that direction on this update, and I'm pretty stoked about it. On top of that, he's done a lot of bug fixes and stuff like that. I'm gonna go over what Cold Games did today, just regular update video, blah blah blah. Anyway, let's get started. So. Now, when I say I start at the small stuff and I go to the bigger stuff, that doesn't mean that the small stuff is easy to program into a game. It can be just as difficult as the big stuff. So I'm going to give him props for all of this stuff. He's put some warmer colors in for, I believe he said it was the daytime. And that's actually really cool. Yeah, it's an overall game improvement, game life improvement, if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. On top of that, you remember how we used to jump up and down and you get that thud sound? Well, now you get a nice grassy dirt sound, which is just how do I put this? It basically helps with the immersion of the game. Plain and simple. It's nothing small. It's actually pretty big. It's actually pretty cool. But overall, all of this stuff really helps the immersion of the game. On top of that, when you used to hit the ground, you used to get that twang sound like you were hitting something metal. Now you get a nice dirt sound, and I believe on the rocks, yeah, you get a nice rock sound, but I think the rocks were already like that. Other bug well, I shouldn't say other bug fix. Let's go over bug fixes. And if I'm a little bit scatterbrained today, guys, sorry about that. I've just been working trying to test out a lot of this stuff that he made changes on, and my mind's going about 100 different ways. Okay, so there was a bug where when you put the animals on free range and then you took them off free range, they would get stuck somewhere around the animal housing. He fixed that. Awesome. Totally awesome. As you can see, the BCU problem has been fixed. It no longer deletes anything when you log out and log back in. There's an example. And speaking of the wall, I went ahead and there's a few things that need to be filled in, but I went ahead and rebuilt our wall, which, by the way, was a real nut punch. With all of our walls deleting like that, because a few days after we had that problem, the fix came out for it, and I should have just done the research, and well, I didn't even know it was an existing thing. So yeah, that's not my fault. That was just a nut punch that a couple days later, that's when it came out. So yeah, the BCU problems are fixed. As you can see, I've gone ahead and tested that out for you guys, in great peril of my own defensive wall. I've also put a half wall down in our corridor. I'm going to be testing that tonight, as well as this open door. Basically, speaking of the hunters, he has reduced the chance of the hunters attacking at night. And for us guys, that's huge, because I've been attacked so many freaking times at night. It's ridiculous, and I'm getting so tired of it because they can't see anything, even with the base light defenses up. The base light defenses? I'm using light to make defensive. Just words. Okay, so he's reduced the chance of us getting attacked at night. Now, I don't know if that's just the random chance of them coming over and attacking, or if that involves revenge attack. So, just before this episode, I went over and I killed one of the bases. Or I just scatterbrained today. I killed the hunters on one of the bases, and it was late at night, or close to night. It was evening, so they should be attacking at night if it has no effect on revenge attacks. So that's a good thing. Okay, so let's go inside real quick here. And one of the bugs that we had was when the refinery was turned on and you had stuff in the refinery, when it was finished, the lasers would stay on. That has never been a problem for us. I've never had that problem before. As you can see, our lasers work fine. We'll go ahead and put them in there. And like I said, I've never had this problem before. But if I take it out, I now have the problem. So the problem, unfortunately, hasn't been fixed. That's the thing when it comes down to programming a game. If you fix one thing, it breaks something else. Or if you think you fixed something and you fixed it for everybody who has that problem, then you break it for everybody else who doesn't have the problem. That's just the way programming a video game is. That's the way scripting is. That's the way it works. So unfortunately, we now have that problem where we didn't have it before. And as you can see, it does affect the power. 75, 37. So that is still unfortunately a problem for us. Well, it's still a problem, plain and simple. It is now a problem for us where it wasn't a problem before. Another thing that he fixed was the workbench. The workbench used to, if you were not in the workbench and you were crafting something, you used to craft it and it would fill up each space, and then it would drop anything after that. It wouldn't even stack the items on top of each other. So now he's fixed that, and as you can see, I've made a little something something in here, and it did stack to 3, and I wasn't actually in the crafting bench when we did it. The nice thing about the alloy sheets is they don't take any power. So yes, let's go. No, let's not do it yet. I want to make you guys just anticipate the alloy sheets. We're gonna go up here first because we're still working on bug fixes. We got any attackers? No attackers. Okay, so let's get on top of here. And before I'm not sure if it was this update or another update. Now Gary Cisco, one of our subscribers, he's the one that threw this out and said, hey dude, he fixed the upgrades for the solar panels. So we're going to actually test that right now. We got a 0.9 right here. Let's go ahead and install the second upgrade. And I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure if it's this update that he fixed it, because he didn't mention it in this one or the last update. And now we're up to 0.11. Excellent. The solar panels are now fixed. Awesome. Thank you very much, Cold Games. We really appreciate that, especially the YouTubers who are building lots of solar panels to try and do cool videos. Okay, so let's talk about these alloy sheets. Now, I was skeptical about this whole thing because I wasn't sure exactly how it worked and yada yada yada. 2 scrap metal, 4 iron fragments, and 2 zinc fragments. Now, when we craft this, you only get 1. You know what? Now they take power. I'm sorry. Correction. Now they take power. Last night, when I was actually getting ready for this, they didn't take power. I think he might have done a patch update or some type where they actually take power now, because they didn't take power before. So now they do take power. Unfortunately, I was kind of happy that it didn't, but okay, that's fine. I can understand that. Now, here's the thing. I'm trying to figure out how to put this into words here. To make the alloy sheets, we need 4 fragments. How do I put this? I forgot the sheets. I forgot the sheets, dang it. Okay, so to make let me go over how you actually upgrade your walls and stuff like that. And I'm actually really stoked about this for one reason and one reason only. Ever since he redid the pathing for the bears and the wolves have been fine when it comes down to this kill shack. The bears have been an absolute freaking nightmare. Absolute nightmare. They basically, one bear can take out an entire wall because I'm having a problem actually hitting them with the axe and keeping them close to us. They hit it and then they turn around and they walk away, and that really actually sucks. It really does. So with these walls, as you can see at the top, 1500 is our max, and that's pretty dang cool because the bears hit the walls for 100 points each. So that's what, 15 hits before that wall comes down. I'm super stoked about that. So let's go ahead and upgrade this wall right here. So basically all you do is you put your hammer in your hand, you walk up to the wall, and you get the upgrade hold use button. Now the hold use button, at first I thought maybe it should say hold F. However, you can actually change your use button in the options. So it's hold use, which is whatever button you've changed your use button to. Some people change it to E. So basically hold use, which ours is F. You hold use, you get a nice little Jeopardy thing timer going on, and bada boom, bada bang, you're done. That's it. And it sounds cool. Excellent. Okay, so while I'm down here, I wanted to go over something else real quick. As you can see, basically what he did was repairing. It used to only be 50 points when you would repair your wall. Now it's 75 points. If that's true, I'll hit this and it'll say 575. Bada boom, bada bang, it's 575. That's awesome. In my opinion, that just means less resources it takes for us to repair, and I am so happy about that because it was a pain after we get a hunter attack to go through and repair everything. So I think that's going to help out a lot. Now, 75 points per hit isn't quite true, because with metal, it's different. With metal, it's actually 300 points, I believe it is. So right now, I hammered this down to do this demonstration. 1,199. Let's say we're at 1,200. If it's 300 points, it'll be 1,500. It'll be fully repaired. Now, if you look at below the repair thing, it says 1 plank. So it's not logs, guys, it's planks. And I thought, oh, planks, man, 2 logs per repair. But check this out. If this is true, we say it's at 200, it'll go to 1,500. But because we're 1 point down, it's going to go to 1,499 if it repairs at 300. Boom, 1,499. So every hit on these metal things, on these metal armaments, whatever you want to call it, is actually 300 points of repair. And that to me is completely awesome, because that is going to be a huge boost to our kill shack right there. Now the reason I went over that is because I want to talk about the amounts that it actually takes of iron and everything else. Iron, it takes 4, let's see, it takes 4 iron fragments per sheet of metal. For foundations, it takes a total of 4 sheets to upgrade the foundations. For walls, it takes 3. For walls, it takes 3 sheets. For half walls, it takes 2 sheets. And for quarter walls, it's 1 sheet. It just goes down, 4, 3, 2, 1. It does the same thing for wall or for ceilings as well. So if you think about this in terms of just the iron alone, as far as the sheets, you can't change how many sheets it takes. 1 sheet for a quarter wall, 2 sheets for half wall. It's very obvious, or logical, I should say. But when it comes down to the iron, if you're looking at 4 sheets for foundation, you're looking at a total of 16 sheets. Or no, 16 iron, excuse me. 16 iron per full foundation. 12 iron per wall, 8 per half wall, and 4 per quarter wall. Now, that doesn't seem a lot, but when you think about it in nodes, iron nodes, it will take 4. So you get 5 iron nodes, or 5 pieces of iron per harvesting of iron nodes. So, 5, 10, 15, and you need 16. So you're going to need 4 nodes per foundation to upgrade per foundation. That seems a little bit much in my opinion, but it doesn't seem like it's too much. If we were to half that, say... make the iron, only 2, then I think it would be a little bit too easy. As far as the pace goes of this game, I would say as far as the pace actually goes of how long it takes to build stuff, how long it takes to gather, I would say it's a little tiny bit much. I would say take it down a quarter. And what I mean by that is make it 3 iron. That way, you're going to have 3 iron times 4 sheets, which is 12 iron, which is only 3 nodes that we're going to have to harvest. I would say that's just a little bit much on the iron, but that's just my personal opinion. Some people like it to take longer. I just think it needs to be dropped down a quarter, which is 1 iron, and then it'll drop the rest of the recipe down a quarter. Like I said, just my opinion. it just seems like a little bit much when it came down to me trying to get iron, because the fact of the matter is we've been burning through our iron like candy trying to get nails to build this wall, and I've had no iron. I've had to go out and get iron for the nails for the walls, and now I've had to go out and get iron for, you know, the alloy sheet upgrades. The nice thing about the alloy sheets is you only have to upgrade it once, and then that's it, you're done. But yeah, you do have to build the wall. I was a little bit upset at first. I was thinking, man, I'm going to have to rebuild this wall out of alloy sheets, but it's not that. You just upgrade your wooden walls, which is definitely super awesome. On top of that, the hunters' bases now start out at small when you first start the game. As you get further into the game, further days or whatever, you survive longer, they get bigger, and they get bigger, they get bigger. On top of that, he has added the refineries to the small bases, so that's not something that you'll miss out when you're, you know, raiding a small base. But the hunters' bases do get bigger. On top of that, I think also he's changed a little something on the rogue hunters too. We had some rogue hunters over from... Oh, there's Merlin saying hi. We had some rogue hunters over in that direction that attacked me. They were very provoked. I will admit, I did provoke them. But there was 4 rogue hunters. Not 3. There was 4 of them. So he might have changed how many, you know, hunters actually spawn, or rogue hunters spawn. I don't know. I don't think he's changed the amount of regular hunters, unless we have to wait for them to build a bigger base. Now, it's getting close to nighttime. And that's actually good, because I'm going to be testing out, one, if this wall will entice the hunters to come in through, or this door will entice the hunters to come into the door. And 2, I've put a half wall here, and I want to see if the hunters recognize that they can shoot through it. They probably recognize that, but I don't think they're actually going to be trying to come down the corridor with this half wall here. So I'm going to be right back when the hunters start attacking. So we'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, guys, we are back. They are attacking at night, so officially, the update of the rogues attacking less at night is not for revenge attacks. It's basically for, I believe, the random chance that you are going to get attacked. I really can't see anything to really shoot anybody, so there's not really any reason for me to really be trying to do this. The main thing I want to watch for right now is I'm testing out our corridor and our door. I want to see if they recognize an open door and if they go through it. And I also want to see if they recognize a half wall and they come down the corridor. Now, honestly, like I said before, I don't believe they are going to. It's just, I have to get that testing out of the way. Plain and simple, I got to make sure that that's not a way to get them, you know, to come down a corridor where I could put, you know, a door at the beginning. Ow, you dirty rat. Ouch. That sucked. That was a good throw, whoever threw that. Is there somebody in the actual... You know what? I gotta find out for sure. Is there somebody in the base? Anybody inside the base? Anybody? Okay, I don't see anybody. Oh, there's one there. Okay. Nobody inside the base. You know what would be really nice, though? Is if we had like a health bar above the hunters so we could see them in the dark. like I could see that wolf or bear or whatever it is down there. That's probably a bear, but I can see that wolf or bear because of the you know, the health bar above it. Of course, that would kind of ruin the realism of it. But yeah, so it looks like they didn't even care about the door. They didn't even try to go through the door, and they didn't even care about this over here. If they had, they probably would have definitely concentrated over here like they did. The last 4 or 5 times that I've actually tested this, I've tested this more than once, guys. I have been testing it off camera, so definitely something that doesn't work when it comes down to an open corridor. So that's unfortunately that's not going to work. I think it's going to be the same thing when it comes down to a windowed wall. That's probably not going to do anything for us. So I'm going to be deleting the corridor and Unfortunately, the only thing other thing I can think of is maybe trying to make a corridor that's like a maze that they have to go up and down in, and then once they get to the end, once I know that they're in the maze, I can close it off. Maybe build some stairs to the other side of the wall, and then close off the other side of the wall, and then they'll be completely trapped. Seems like a lot of work, in my opinion, though. Especially with a little time as they have to attack, they really can't do that much damage unless your walls and everything are completely deleted. Or not deleted, but, you know, ruined or destroyed. So a couple of things that I forgot to mention in the last clip, I guess you could say. One, the health kits. He has changed the health kits, and he wanted to know our opinions. The health kit, one of these bad boys right here, whoa, one of those bad boys right there, are now required to have cloth. Now, at first I thought this was kind of strange. I was like, well, why don't you just make it a bandage that it's required? And then I thought, wow, Mystic, you're a moron, because a bandage actually takes 2 cloth to make. So then you'd need 2 cloth just to make 1 health kit. As far as like possible materials that would you would need to make a health kit, this seems, you know, a piece of cloth would seem correct. There's going to be cloth in a health kit, plain and simple. So I think while it adds more for us to have a health kit, to make the health kit, excuse me, like I said, scattered brain, guys, that's just Mystic today. But yeah, as far as materials to make the health kit, I would say, unfortunately, yes, this is probably a needed thing, and it probably needed to be put in there. It makes it a little bit harder to make them, yes, but at the same time, you shouldn't be able to make health kits like candy, because health kits are really overpowered in the game, and cold games don't. I didn't actually say that, so don't listen to what I just said. I think they're perfect the way they are, but you know, as far as hunters, it's a requirement. You're going to get shot. You're going to get hit. You need to have health kits. And you shouldn't be able to make them like candy, because then you'd just be way overpowered. So yes, I believe this is probably a good thing. Unfortunately, the pansy in me that wants to just go and blow hunters up really fast and be godly says no, but the realist in me says, yeah, we definitely, the cloth needed to be in here. I think I just spent way too much time talking about cloth. Okay, so as far as the very coolest thing about this whole feature, the whole update, this right here, the delete has now been reduced in time. Look how fast that delete goes. Holy crap, it's already halfway. It's already 3/4 of the way. It is done, ladies and gentlemen. Why is this a big thing for me, personally? If I've had to delete all of these walls, which I'm going to do anyway, for a YouTuber, for anybody making videos, that delete was so freaking long, I literally had to cut it out of our episodes. It was so long. Okay, when I had to delete a lot of different foundations and stuff, yeah, it was something that I definitely had to take out and cut out of the videos, and that made it really rough. Okay, not really rough, but really rough sometimes. But see how fast that was? That is definitely a feature that I really like a lot. I'm super excited that he put that in there. It's very small, but it makes the quality of life for me in this game and making videos very nice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was, you know, informative if you're one of the people that don't like to read the notes or whatever. Oh, there's also a little bit something weird. Every now and then I'll get, when it's early morning like that, there's a certain time of the day, like right now, I'll get a little bit of a flicker in the lighting. It's really strange. It's almost like somebody turns off the light and turns it back on real quick. I don't know what it was. It just happened just a second ago, so you can rewind the video a couple of seconds. But hopefully this is informative for you people that do not like to read the notes and would like a video on it. Here you go. Here's your video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, don't hit it. Just make sure no matter what you do, subscribe. Everybody else who's totally awesome, subscribe. Don't you want to be totally awesome too? That's not peer pressure at all, is it? Keep gaming. Keep doing it midnight. Have a blast. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.